Off the top at noon, Broward County is under a hurricane watch and Miami-Dade County is under a tropical storm watch as subtropical storm Nicole forms near the Bahamas.
And the unusual late season storm system could become a hurricane before it does make landfall in Florida sometime this week.
Oh boy, we have a lot to get through, Luke. I remember last week we thought, oh, this is fine. This is not going to be anything, and here we are.
Well, yeah, for the past couple weeks we were saying we're probably done for the season unless something weird were to happen. This is weird. Only twice in the record books have we had a November storm come from the Atlantic. This is not normal, all right? So we did have a subtropical storm in Nicole form early this morning. 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm there in the southwest Atlantic. There's the cone. It will aim toward Florida later this week. Here's a closer look at the cone, all right? So watch as it strengthens. You can see up to a strong tropical storm by tomorrow evening, approaching the northern Bahamas by Wednesday morning, nudging up on hurricane strength. And as it passes over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream, it's going to be borderline. Strong tropical storm, low-end hurricane. That is the ceiling. We're not looking at a major strong hurricane here, but it could briefly attain low-end hurricane strength with the center coming ashore, forecast anywhere from deep South Dade all the way up to near Melbourne or so. So some models have it going north, some south, so there's still that spread. And because of that, the potential impacts here have prompted the watches today. So in the yellow across the entire east coast of Florida, you have a tropical storm watch. It means tropical storm conditions are possible within 48 hours. And in the orange, that is a hurricane watch that does include the Bahamas, Broward County, Palm Beach County. And that means hurricane conditions are possible, and they may start as early as Wednesday night. Tropical storm conditions could start as early as tomorrow night, as Tuesday night. Now, Dade County and the Upper Keys are under that. Here it is on satellite. That right there is the center. But look, this is a weird-looking storm. It's a hybrid. It's not a purely tropical storm, so it's got far-reaching impacts. Looks almost more like a nor'easter-type storm, and in some ways it is. This is the tropical storm force wind field. Big wind field. This is going to be a big storm with far-reaching impacts way outside the cone. There's your cone. There's your tropical storm force wind field. All right, so let's look at timing here. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, approaching on the northern Bahamas, but not here yet with the sustained tropical storm force winds. But by Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, this is at 6 a.m., forecast is those sustained tropical storm winds spill over into Florida. And look at it take basically up the entire state. Wednesday is going to be a windy, rough day. The orange that you see is strong tropical storm, potentially low-end hurricane winds. That's why we have the hurricane watch where it's possible as we go into Wednesday night and early Thursday. Now, by Thursday, look at the winds. It's a lopsided storm system, stronger winds to the north. So if the storm tracks further south, that could bring those stronger winds over Dade and Broward. Tracks further north, it wouldn't be as big of impacts for South Florida. Now with this, we also have a storm surge watch across almost the entire east coast of Florida. Now it stops in Dade County, but we do have that watch for Broward and Palm Beach. That's where we could see some surge, 2 to 4 feet, less for Biscayne Bay, where we could see 1 to 2 feet. That's below the watch criteria. Now, one more thing, and that's the rain threat here. And there is a risk for some flooding, though. The greatest flood threat's going to be to our north, where we could see 4 to 6 inches, more likely 2 to 4. Not a huge rainmaker, but wind and surge. It's going to be a nasty couple days. Some people could be under tropical storm winds for 36 hours. So long-lived event. Yeah. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, we are warned. And Orlando is already making sure its residents are prepared for whatever may come their way. The city, as you can see here, handing out bags of sand to people today, hoping to keep homes and businesses from getting flooded again, because remember, they were flooded during Ian. And we are staying on top of Nicole. Our hurricane specialist and storm surge expert, Michael Lowry, will have the very latest on air today, along with our chief certified meteorologist, Betty Davis.